Have you ever walked into a room, caught a strange smell and thought, wait a minute, is that me? Ladies, let's be honest. None of us wants to be the reason someone's nose wrinkles. But as we get older, there are quiet little changes in our bodies and homes that can add up to what doctors politely call old person smell. Don't stress though, I've got your back. Today I'm breaking down the 6 sneaky spots that could be making you smell older than you are and how to fix them fast. In this video, I'm revealing the 6 forgotten areas you need to know about to stay fresh and radiant. Trust me, you'll want to watch until the end because number 6 is a game changer that shocked me, and it'll change how you care for yourself forever. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. 1. Behind your ears and neck folds. Let's start with a personal story that's close to my heart, one that revealed a hygiene blind spot I didn't even know I had. For years, I prided myself on my morning routine. A touch of blush, a spritz of my favorite rosewater perfume, and a crisp blouse ironed to perfection. But one Sunday morning after church, my world shifted. My granddaughter, with her bright eyes and unfiltered honesty, leaned in for a hug. As her little arms wrapped around me, I caught the faintest wrinkling of her nose. Not a dramatic grimace, but just enough to make me pause. "Sweetheart," I asked, my heart sinking, "is something wrong?" With a brutal clarity only a 9-year-old can muster, she replied, "Grandma, your neck smells kind of funny." I swear I nearly dropped my purse right there in the church parking lot. Mortified, I rushed home and stood in front of my bathroom mirror, craning my neck to inspect the areas I'd never given much thought to, behind my ears and the nape of my neck. My makeup was flawless, my hair neatly pinned, but when I ran my fingers along those spots, I felt it, a faint stickiness, a residue I hadn't noticed before. It was a wake-up call. Like many women my age, I'd been diligent about cleansing my face, swiping on toner, and keeping my appearance polished. But the hidden crevices behind my ears and neck had been neglected for far too long. Curiosity got the better of me, so I turned to my trusty smartphone and dove into some research. What I found was both fascinating and humbling. As we age, our skin undergoes changes that go beyond wrinkles and laugh lines. One culprit is a fatty acid called non-anal, which our skin produces more of as we get older. This compound, sometimes described as having a greasy or musty odor, tends to linger in areas rich with sebaceous glands, those oil-producing powerhouses that are especially active behind the ears and along the neckline. Add to that the natural oils from hair products and a dab of perfume that never quite washes away, ashes off, or even the sweat that collects in those folds during a warm day, and you've got a recipe for what some call the old person's smell. It's not a myth. It's science, and it's something we can address with a little awareness. Let's be honest, when was the last time you gave those areas a proper scrub? I'm not talking about a quick splash of water in the shower or a half-hearted swipe with a washcloth. I mean a deliberate, gentle yet thorough cleanse. Now, every morning and evening, I take a warm, damp cloth, add a drop of mild, unscented soap, something gentle like Cetaphil or a Castile soap, and work in small circular motions behind my ears and along the back of my neck. I pay extra attention to the creases where my hairline meets my skin, especially since I wear my hair up in a bun most days, which can trap heat and moisture. If you have long hair, wear scarves or shawls, or tend to sweat at night as I do, thanks. To those unpredictable hot flashes, this step is non-negotiable. Heat and humidity are odor's best friends, and those neck folds are prime real estate for bacteria to set up shop. To make this a habit, I taped a small note to my bathroom mirror. Don't forget the back. It's a simple reminder, but it's changed everything. Since I started giving these spots the attention they deserve, I've noticed a difference not just in how fresh I feel, but in how confident I am when I step out the door. My granddaughter hasn't wrinkled her nose since, and every time she hugs me now I feel a quiet victory. It's a small act of self-care, but it's one that's made me realize how much the little things matter. So take a moment today to check those hidden spots. Your future self and maybe your loved ones will thank you. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Now, 2. Underneath the breasts. All right, ladies, it's time for some real talk woman to woman. No judgment, just honesty. We've all had a chuckle about how our bodies change over time. Remember when we used to joke they used to sit high and proud, but now they're playing peekaboo with my waistband? Gravity is relentless, and as our breasts shift southward with age, they create a cozy little pocket where skin meets skin. It's warm, it's dark, and let's not sugarcoat it. It's often a bit sweaty. This isn't the most glamorous topic, but it's one we need to address because it's far more common than you might think. And the kicker? You might not even notice it's a problem until it's too late. I first became aware of this issue during a particularly humid summer. I'd been wearing my usual supportive bra and a loose cotton blouse, but by midday, I felt an unfamiliar discomfort, a subtle irritation under my chest. I brushed it off, thinking it was just the heat. But when I got home and checked in the mirror, I saw it, a faint redness and a lingering dampness in the skin fold beneath my breasts. It wasn't painful, but it was enough to make me pause. That's when I started paying attention, and I'm so glad I did. Medically, this phenomenon has a name, intertrigo. It occurs when skin folds rub together, trapping moisture and creating a breeding ground for bacteria, yeast, or even fungi. The result? Irritation, redness, and yes, an odor that can catch you off guard. Intertrigo is especially common in older women, particularly those with fuller busts. But don't think you're off the hook if you're on the smaller side. Even a modest chest can create enough of a fold to trap heat and sweat, especially in hot climates or during physical activity. Layered clothing in winter, tight bras, or even forgetting to dry thoroughly after a shower can make things worse. And here's the thing. Because we're so used to wearing bras or covering up, we might not feel the dampness until it's already caused a problem. So, what's the solution? It starts in the shower. I make it a point to lift each breast and gently cleanse the skin underneath with a soft, damp cloth and an unscented soap. Harsh soaps or heavily fragranced body washes can irritate the sensitive area, so I stick to something mild like Dove or a hypoallergenic cleanser. After rinsing, I dry the area thoroughly. I use a clean, soft towel and pat gently, making sure no moisture is left behind. On particularly humid days or after a walk in the park, I go a step further. I sprinkle a light dusting of cornstarch or a natural talc-free powder, like one from Burt's Bees, to keep things dry. Back in my ballroom dancing days, I learned an old trick from the other ladies, tucking a clean cotton pad, a folded tissue, or even a thin strip of soft fabric under the breasts for extra absorbency. It's a game changer, especially if you're on your feet all day. I've shared this advice with so many friends and the response is always the same. Oh my goodness, I thought I was the only one. Trust me, you're not alone. This is a universal experience for so many of us, and the key is to stay proactive. A sour smell or a damp blouse can undermine your confidence faster than a bad hair day. But with a little care, you can keep this area fresh and comfortable. It's not about vanity. It's about feeling your best inside and out. Now let's end with a question that might make you squirm. When was the last time you took a good whiff of the inside of your shoes? I'll wait. Most of us have that one pair we can't quit, those trusty slip-ons for running errands, the sneakers we lace up for our morning walks, or the classic flats that go with everything. We're diligent about keeping the outsides clean, wiping off scuffs, maybe giving them a quick polish for Sunday service, but the insides? We tend to ignore them, pretending they're not silently brewing trouble. Let me share a lesson I learned, the hard way, courtesy of my podiatrist and a pair of beloved orthopedic Mary Janes. A few years back, I started noticing a faint, persistent odor whenever I kicked off my shoes after a long day. I chalked it up to tired feet, or maybe a particularly warm afternoon, but it kept happening. Embarrassed, I booked an appointment with my podiatrist, expecting a lecture about foot fungus or some dreaded diagnosis. Instead, he took one look at my shoes and said, "These are the problem." I was floored. My shoes were pristine on the outside, but he explained that the insides were a different story. "Your feet," he told me, "are home to over 250,000 sweat glands per foot, making them one of the sweatiest parts of your body. When that sweat seeps into your shoes' insoles, it doesn't just evaporate, it lingers, mixing with dead skin cells, bacteria, and sometimes even fungal spores. Over time, your shoes become a petri dish, and that faint whiff turns into something you can't ignore even if you're just popping to the post office. As we age, this issue becomes even more pressing. Our skin thins, our circulation slows, and we become more susceptible to fungal infections or foot conditions like athlete's foot. Ignoring shoe hygiene isn't just about odor. It can lead to health issues that are harder to treat. So here's what I do now and what I urge you to consider: baking soda magic. Every few nights I sprinkle a tablespoon of baking soda inside each shoe and let it sit overnight. It absorbs moisture and neutralizes odors like nobody's business. In the morning, I tap it out into the trash and slip into fresh-smelling shoes. Insole care. Most people don't realize that many shoe insoles are removable. I pull mine out once a month, soak them in warm, soapy water. A drop of dish soap works wonders. Rinse thoroughly and let them air dry completely. If your insoles are worn out, replace them. Drugstores carry affordable options, or you can splurge on gel or memory foam for extra comfort. Shoe rotation. I used to wear the same pair every day, but now I rotate between at least 2 or 3 pairs. This gives each pair a full 24 hours to dry out and breathe. If possible, I set them in a sunny spot. Sunlight is a natural disinfectant, or near a pies heat fan to speed up the process. Charcoal inserts. For my leather loafers, I invested in activated charcoal inserts available online or at most pharmacies. They're reusable, odor-absorbing miracles that keep my shoes smelling neutral even after a long day on my feet. Sock and foot hygiene. I always wear moisture-wicking socks. Cotton or bamboo blends are my go-to. I give my feet a quick wash with antibacterial soap before bed, paying extra attention to between my toes. This routine has been a game changer. No longer do I worry about catching a whiff of something suspicious when I bend down to pick up a dropped receipt at the grocery store. Fresh shoes mean happy feet, and happy feet mean you can walk into any room with confidence, not a cloud of mystery odor trailing behind you. So take a moment to sniff those shoes. If they're telling you a story you don't like, it's time to rewrite it. Your feet and everyone around you will thank you. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Imagine this. It's the end of a long day and you're ready to unwind. You sink into your favorite recliner, a plush haven of comfort with a soft, cozy blanket draped over your lap. In one hand, you hold a steaming mug of chamomile tea, its soothing aroma curling into the air. Your feet are propped up, and for a moment the world feels perfect. This ritual, your daily retreat into the arms of your trusted chair, has been a cornerstone of your relaxation for years. But here's a thought that might give you pause. That very recliner, the one you adore, might be harboring more than just memories. Over time, it's been quietly collecting a host of uninvited guests. Your body's natural oils, microscopic skin flakes, stray hairs, and the subtle sweat that seeps into the fabric during those afternoon naps or marathon sessions of your favorite TV shows. It's not something we like to think about, but the reality is startling. Research suggests that the average recliner cushion can harbor more skin particles than your mattress. Yes, more than the place where you sleep for hours each night. Let that sink in. Every time you settle into that chair, you're adding to a hidden ecosystem of organic material that's slowly embedding itself into the upholstery. Fabrics, especially. The soft, inviting ones like microfiber or plush cotton are like sponges, soaking up everything from perspiration to the faint natural scents that come with aging skin. And here's the tricky part. As we age, our sense of smell often dulls. a condition called olfactory fatigue. The odors that build up in our homes, especially in our favorite chair, can become invisible to us. We might think, "My house smells perfectly fine," but when a younger family member or friend visits, they might wrinkle their nose and say, "It smells like grandma's house in here." And let's be honest, that's not always a compliment. Now, don't feel embarrassed. This isn't about hygiene. It's about the natural process of living. Our bodies are constantly shedding, and our furniture bears the brunt of it. The good news? You can take control and keep your upholstered furniture smelling as fresh as the day you bought it. Here's my tried-and-true routine for keeping those chairs and recliners in tip-top shape. Weekly baking soda treatment. Once a week, sprinkle a generous layer of baking soda over the seat, backrest, and armrests of your recliner or upholstered chair. Let it sit for at least an hour, longer if you can spare the time. Baking soda is a natural odor neutralizer, pulling those trapped smells out of the fabric. Then use a vacuum with an upholstery attachment. Attachment to thoroughly suck up the powder. You'll be amazed at how much fresher your chair feels. By annual steam cleaning twice a year, give your furniture a deep clean with a steam cleaner. You can rent a compact machine from most hardware stores or hire a professional service if you'd rather not tackle it yourself. Steam cleaning not only removes embedded odors, but also lifts dirt and oils that have settled deep into the fibers. It's an investment that pays off in the form of a revitalized chair and a cleaner home. Aromatic sachets for ongoing freshness. For a touch of natural fragrance, tuck a small sachet filled with dried lavender, cedar chips, or even a blend of both into the crevices of your chair's cushions. These scents are subtle, not overpowering, and they help keep your furniture smelling inviting. Plus, cedar has the added benefit of repelling moths and other fabric-loving pests. Armrest maintenance. If your recliner has those soft microfiber armrests, pay special attention to them. Armrests are like magnets for skin oils, which can make them feel slick and smell stale over time. Once a week, wipe them down with a damp cloth mixed with a single drop of mild dish soap or a gentle upholstery cleaner. Be sure to dry them thoroughly to avoid any moisture buildup. When your furniture smells clean and welcoming, it transforms the entire atmosphere of your home. It's not just about the chair. It's about the confidence that comes with knowing your space reflects the care you put into it. A fresh recliner doesn't just elevate your home, it elevates you. 5. Your closet. Yes, the whole thing. Now brace yourself because we're about to venture into a space that's both sacred and slightly intimidating. Your closet. For many of us, the closet is more than just storage. It's a time capsule, a fabric retirement home where clothes, shoes, and accessories go to live out their days. I jokingly call mine Narnia because once something goes in, it either stays forever or vanishes into a mysterious back corner where time seems to stand still. But here's the harsh truth. Even clean clothes, when left untouched in a closet for too long, can start to smell musty. That faint, dusty, slightly sour scent clings to your clothing, and the moment you slip on that favorite sweater or jacket, that closet odor becomes your odor. You might be freshly showered, your outfit might look pristine, but that lingering closet smell can betray you without you even realizing it. Why does this happen? Closets are often dark, warm, and poorly ventilated, perfect conditions for trapping moisture and dust. If you live in a humid climate or rarely open your closet doors, the problem worsens. Fabrics, especially natural ones like wool, cotton, or leather, are highly absorbent, soaking up ambient moisture, dust, and even the subtle odors of your home. Leather shoes, wool coats, and heavy sweaters are particularly notorious for holding on to smells like old secrets, turning your closet into a hidden source of odor, into a scent archive you didn't sign up for. Add to that the lint, skin dust, and occasional moth that accumulate in those forgotten corners, and you've got a recipe for a musty wardrobe. The good news is, with a little effort, you can transform your closet into a fresh, odor-free sanctuary. Here's my detailed routine for keeping your closet, and the clothes within it, smelling as good as new. Let it breathe. Every few days, open your closet doors for at least an hour to let fresh air circulate. Think of your closet as a living space that needs to breathe, just like you do. If possible, crack a nearby window to encourage airflow. This simple act can prevent moisture buildup and keep odors at bay. Use odor and moisture absorbers. Place charcoal odor absorbers or moisture-absorbing products like Damp Rid in the corners of your closet. These products work wonders at pulling excess humidity and odors out of the air. I keep a small container of Damp Rid on the floor and a charcoal bag on a shelf, replacing them every couple of months. Monthly deep clean. Once a month, take an hour to give your closet a thorough cleaning. Wipe down shelves, rods, and walls with a damp cloth to remove dust and lint. Vacuum the floor, paying special attention to corners where debris tends to collect. If you have a carpeted closet, sprinkle a little baking soda before vacuuming for an extra odor-neutralizing boost. Declutter regularly. Be honest with yourself about what's in your closet. If you haven't worn that floral blouse since your grandson's christening in 2009, it's probably time to let it go. Old clothes, even clean ones, can contribute to that musty smell. My rule is simple. If it smells old, it'll make me smell old. Donate, repurpose, or recycle items you no longer need and give your remaining wardrobe room to breathe. Special care for odor-prone items. Leather shoes, wool jackets, and heavy knits need extra attention. Store them with cedar blocks or lavender sachets to keep them fresh. For shoes, consider using shoe trees or stuffing them with newspaper between wears to absorb moisture and maintain their shape. A clean, fresh closet isn't just about organization. It's about ensuring that every outfit you wear carries the scent of care and vitality. When your clothes smell as good as you feel, you'll step out into the world with an extra spring in your step. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 6 between your toes. Let's get real for a moment. This one's not glamorous, but it's critical. We've all been told to wash our feet, but how many of us were specifically taught to wash between our toes? And how many were reminded to dry those tiny spaces thoroughly? As we age, our skin becomes thinner and circulation slows, making our feet more susceptible to issues like fungal infections. Yes, athlete's foot. It isn't just for sweaty teenagers after gym class. It's surprisingly common among seniors, and it comes with an unmistakable odor that can linger in shoes, rugs, and even your home. I'll never forget my friend Doris, name changed to protect her privacy. She started noticing a strange cheese-like smell in her living room. She scrubbed the carpets, blamed the dog, and even pointed the finger at her poor husband's cooking. After weeks of frustration, she discovered the real culprit: her feet. Specifically, the damp, neglected space between her 4th and 5th toes. That tiny pocket had become a breeding ground for bacteria and fungus, creating an odor that followed her wherever she went. Doris was mortified, but she shouldn't have been. This is far more common than most people realize, and it's easily preventable with the right habits. Here's my detailed, no-nonsense routine for keeping your feet and those sneaky spaces between your toes fresh and odor-free. Thorough washing. Every time you shower, use a soft washcloth and a gentle, fragrance-free soap to clean between each toe. Pay special attention to the spaces where toes touch, as these are prime spots for moisture and bacteria to hide. A washcloth is more effective than just letting soap run over your feet, as it ensures you're scrubbing away debris. Meticulous drying. After your shower, sit down with a clean, dry towel dedicated solely to your feet. Gently dry between each toe, making sure no moisture is left behind. Dampness is the enemy here, as it creates the perfect environment for fungal growth. If you're in a rush, use a hairdryer on the cool setting to ensure every crevice is bone. Dry preventive measures. On humid days or after a long day on your feet, sprinkle a light dusting of antifungal foot powder between your toes. Alternatively, dab a tiny amount of tea tree oil in those spaces. It's a natural antifungal and antibacterial agent with a clean, fresh scent. Be sparing, as a little goes a long way. Breathable footwear and socks. Opt for breathable socks made of natural fibers like cotton or bamboo, and avoid wearing shoes without washing your feet first. If you're prone to sweaty feet, change your socks midday to keep things fresh. For shoes, choose leather or mesh styles that allow air circulation and give them a day to air out between wears. Regular foot checks. As we age, it's wise to inspect our feet regularly for signs of fungal infections, cracked skin, or other issues. If you notice persistent odor, redness, or itching, consult a podiatrist. They can recommend treatments to nip problems in the bud. Your feet have carried you through a lifetime of adventures, and they deserve a little extra care. By keeping those tiny spaces between your toes clean, dry, and protected, you'll prevent odors from creeping into your shoes, your home, and your life. A sprinkle of powder, a moment of attention, and a lot of love for your feet will keep you feeling fresh from head to toe. Ladies, the 6 forgotten areas that can keep you smelling fresh, radiant, and far from that old person smell. Getting older is a privilege, but staying classy and confident is a choice we make every day. So tell me, what have you learned from this video? I'd love to hear about one thing you've discovered today that you're going to put into practice in your life. Drop it in the comments below. If you like this video, please leave your comment below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more tips to keep you aging like fine wine. Stay fabulous, stay fresh, and I'll see you in the next one.